And we keep getting emails from our viewers and our listeners about authors or sports figures or celebrities or CEOs of companies to interview. One such interview was they said, you got to interview Bill Lee from Knightscope, okay? KSCP. They have a stock symbol. They're publicly traded. KSCP. Knightscope. You can go to Knightscope.com. Knight as in Knights of the Realm.
Oh,
okay?
K-N-I-G-H-T.
K-N-I-G-H-T. Well,
Gotcha.
Nice.
Thank you.
He's a speller too. How do you know that, right? So because I am so very important and impressive,
Yes,
I was
you are.
able to wrangle the CEO of the company.
Okay.
Okay, and I give you Bill Lee from Knightscope. Bill, how are you, sir? Good to talk to you.
I'm good. How are you? How are you? Thanks for having us.
Where are you located?
Greetings from Silicon Valley.
So you know what? It's only a hop, skip, and a jump from the second highest residential real estate down here to the first highest residential real estate. So we'd like to get you in studio at some point. Hey, talk to us a little about you making the U.S. the safest country in the world.
Well, again, thanks for having us. Yeah, we have this crazy long-term mission to see if we can make the U.S. the safest country in the world. I don't think the founders of our country ever expected us to build a society where going to work, going to school, going to a movie theater literally came with the risk of being shot or killed. And so we've decided to build a bunch of crazy new technology for officers and guards to do their jobs more effectively. You would know them as autonomous security robots that are patrolling across the country.
Wait a minute. These are not the droids you're looking for? Are we talking about...
They are the droids you're looking for.
Wow, that's so wait a second. We must be talking about artificial intelligence here, correct?
Yep.
We have a couple people in our organization that are bona fide experts. Molly, Devin, do you have something to say about AI and artificial intelligence? Do you know anything about it?
Artificial intelligence is intelligence demonstrated by machines and can be seen across many different fields these days. One such industry is the security industry, where you can augment your existing security program at a fraction of the average rate for one 24-hour security post.
Yeah, I recently came across these autonomous security robots that offer security patrols as well as physical presence that deliver real-time, actionable intelligence anytime and anywhere, giving you and your security team the ability to detect and react faster.
Yeah, you were talking to me about that earlier. What did you call them? Robopups?
No, Devin.
Robopups.
Dude, I love that movie.
Oh, not the same, but I'll take the win.
Thank you, Molly and Devin. Quite off the cuff, don't you think, Bill? I think just so. Let's talk about you guys are basically talking about autonomous law enforcement, correct? Am I overstating here?
Think of it as tools for the officers and guards.
Okay.
So if you can get an officer or guard to have their eyes, ears, and voice on the ground in multiple locations at the same time.
Wow.
It's kind of like having superhuman capability at their fingertips.
Right.
And this is not a concept. This is not like prototypes or whatever. We have whole contracts from Hawaii through Texas to Rhode Island, operating 24/7 nationwide. So talk
about there's 19,000 police agencies, there's 8,000 security companies, and such. You're talking about $500 billion as far as market size, if I'm not mistaken.
I look at it differently.
But either way, talk to us about the market size and talk about the addressable market, and then also talk about the adoption rate with you guys, because this sounds pretty cool. And then I want to tell you, I got a follow up on what these things actually can do.
Yeah, so crime has a $2 trillion negative economic impact on the U.S. every single year. It's a hidden tax we all pay in blood, tears, and treasure. So it's a lot. The market for crime is never going to collapse. Like, most investors are worried, like, hey, are flip phones coming back or station wagons coming back? Like, no one's going to wake up tomorrow morning, 7 billion people start behaving, right? So we've got a technology that can be really helpful and has been proven out there in the marketplace with law enforcement agencies, corporate campuses, hospitals, casinos, basically anywhere, indoors or outdoors, mostly outdoors, where you might see an officer or guard patrolling, is an opportunity for a Knightscope to help.
And talk about what Knightscope does. Like, let's say that there's something trolling the convention center, let's say, or a public venue. like a stadium, a ballpark, or even a city, even a downtown part of a city. Talk about how that works.
Yeah, so we've helped the law enforcement agency arrest a sexual predator. We helped another law enforcement agency apprehend an armed gunman. And the idea is just twofold. Very simply, one is to provide a deterrence. Like physically being there stops a lot of negative behavior. These machines are very large. They're 5 foot tall, 400 pounds, roaming around on their own. And the other is to have a bunch of data that an officer or guard would never have. So they can detect a person, can detect the person, can read several hundred license plates a minute, can detect a mobile device in the area, can run a thermal scan. You can speak through the machines as if it's a mobile PA system. So you can be in multiple locations at the same time and better secure the places people, live, work, and study and visit.
And for you, with respect to, where does the technology go from here for you? Well, I mean, you've obviously made the recipe for the perfect cake here, but then after it's all over, you realize, hey, there's other stuff we can be adding here.
Yeah, the media talking point, and I practiced this morning. The robots are coming to kill everyone and take everyone's job. So we're just kidding. So the idea is to get the robots to see, feel, hear, and smell, and do 100 times more than a human could ever possibly do. And we're in good shape to on that path of growing the company. I hope over the long term we'll hit maybe the size of a $30 billion company that looks like a defense contractor, but instead is focused on law enforcement and the Department of Justice and Homeland Security.
Yeah, and I think a piece of this, if we think in terms of this is not taking jobs; it's augmenting the jobs, right? I mean, is that a better way to look at it?
Quick math problem for your audience. So there's 1 million officers and about 1 million guards in the U.S. Okay. You can't triple shift a human. So at any given time, you got to divide that number by 4. So at any given time, there's only 500,000 people, humans, trying to secure 332 million Americans across 50 states. Like that math doesn't work. And that's why crime, violence, the risk of terrorism, and everything is completely out of control, is the country is understaffed and has the technological equivalent of a number 2 pencil and a notepad for these folks to put themselves in harm's way to try to keep your family safe.
Yeah, and I think the piece of this thing that you have to understand is that you're just at the tip of the spear of the market. I mean, and of course, keep in mind, adoption comes with success, and then of course when they start seeing how this augments police forces, security forces, and stuff, and then also saves money. I think that's what you got to get in studio. And we want to have you back, man. This is really, really interesting stuff.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun.
His name is Bill Lee. He is the president of a company called Knightscope. That's Knight as in Knights of the Realm. Reimagining public safety. Their stock symbol is KSCP. And of course, you can go to knightscope.com. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. We'll get you back on the air as soon as we can.
All right. Be safe out there.
Wow.
Thank you.
Can you believe it?